Autumn settles in, the air turns crisp, and that's when the wild hogs, mean, relentless, and hungry, start pushing into the farmland. They root, they tear, they destroy, they threaten the hard-earned work of local farmers. And we're not about to let that happen. Gear up. Today, we roll out to defend the harvest. We've been tracking this herd for a full week, and now the moment has finally come. The quiet of the early morning shatters as the hounds explode into barks. Did they just make contact? From their marked positions, hunters in blaze orange silently tighten the net, leaving the hogs no escape. Movement. Can this first defensive line hold against a charging, furious herd? Shots rip through the air, punching straight into the targets. That opening volley is our ironclad declaration. Every inch of soil, every fragile sprout will be defended. The battle for a peaceful harvest has officially begun. The opening barrage from the vanguard is only the beginning. Deep in the woods, other hunters stay locked in, unshaken. Our firearms may be simple, but our resolve to protect the people is unbreakable. Amid the chaos of the first shots, a powerful boar breaks away from the herd, panicked and desperate to flee. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Not a single foot of this land will be breached. The peace of this place, we stand guard over it. While others deal with scattered stragglers, the main chase continues. The scorching noon heat can't burn through our determination. After nearly 30 minutes, the hounds manage to drive the remaining hogs right down the hillside, straight into the choke point we set up. They've walked right into the perfect trap. Time to rock and roll. They'll pay for every step they dared set on this land. That barrage shattered the herd's formation, but the leader, the sly, battle-hardened monster, managed to slip away. I track its hoof prints into a sparse clearing. Suddenly, distant barks push it out from the brush. There it is, massive, defiant, dare me to take the shot. Game over. The ringleader of this entire raid finally drops, justice delivered. While the chase for the leader hits its climax, the last defensive line, the fence guarding the fields, faces its own threat. On David's side, things heat up fast as he spots several shadows sneaking in. These are the final intruders, and we know, just one hog slipping through can wreak havoc. There it is. Come on, one shot. The beast drops instantly. That is our oath, signed with steel and gunpowder, that we will never let wild hogs lay waste to a farmer's land. But these never last long. Bad news hits. A few cunning hogs found a weak spot and breached the farmland. Oh Lord, move, move, move. We rush in immediately. As we close in, they sense us. The raiders suddenly turn tail, sprinting in a tight line, trying to break away. A single clean shot locks down the lead hog. We chase the rest, leaving no survivors to threaten the crops. The sweep inside the fields is successful, but a few quick hogs manage to escape. Our mission isn't just to eliminate, it's to push them far, far from the farmlands. They're climbing the opposite ridge, scrambling to get away. I raise my rifle, calculate distance and elevation. It's time. The final leader falls, closing the campaign with perfection and restoring absolute peace to the harvest-ready fields. It's been a tough day, but the reward is worth every drop of sweat, safety for the farmers, and the harvest fully protected. We load the game onto the Toyota Land Cruiser, our trusted partner through every rough trail and muddy slope, carrying the silent guardians who stand ready to return whenever the village calls. Every hunt we make strictly follows U.S. hunting laws. Alabama, a land of endless cornfields and vast untouched forests. But behind its peaceful beauty lies an endless war, a shadow that never stops haunting this land. Wild hogs, aggressive, invasive, and countless in number, are the true nightmare of local farmers. For us, every hunt is more than just an adventure or a sport. It's a mission, a necessary act to protect the livelihood of the people. Join us on a journey to confront the most stubborn destroyers, where every single shot doesn't just bring down a target, but safeguards thousands of living sprouts. Before dawn even breaks, while dew still clings to the leaves, we set out. Our first challenge waits deep inside the thick forest, where sight is limited and danger lurks at every corner. At daybreak, following the barking of hounds, I reached a narrow path along the hillside. A massive wild hog suddenly stood tall before me, as if daring me to act. Just as it tried to turn away, 2 shots rang out, pinning it to the ground. The arrogant beast was finished instantly. Not a bad way to kick off the morning, right, brothers? The entire forest fell silent under the relentless barking of the dogs. David knew the prey was near. Suddenly, the beast lunged out from the bushes, charging straight at him. His heart skipped a beat, a panicked shout filled the air. But even as fear surged, his fingers stayed true to the trigger, bringing the monster down perfectly. Life and death decided in a split second, 1 shot to restore peace. Under the noon sun, the dog's relentless assault pinned down the enormous hog. John quickly locked it into his scope, determined not to let it escape. Desperate, the beast tried to retreat up the hill in one last attempt at survival. But a cold, decisive shot ended its struggle for good. The dogs carved the path, the gun sealed the victory. A flawless display of teamwork, wouldn't you say? As the last rays of sunlight disappeared behind the tree-line, the hunt entered a new phase. No more frantic chases. This was now a battle of patience, precision, and long-range shots. On one hillside, I lay flat on the ground, my eye pressed firmly against the scope of a high-powered rifle. Across the valley, a jet-black hog wandered, oblivious to the fate resting on my fingertip. Then trigger pulled. The bullet tore through the air, striking hard, sending the beast tumbling down the slope. Just one crack of thunder, and the valley breathed in peace again. At that moment, a rare spotted hog dashed wildly through the thick brush, bolting like a living arrow. I pulled the trigger the moment it broke into the open. Damn, missed! It kept sprinting, but my second shot ended its desperate escape. 1 bullet wasn't enough, but 2 made sure the mission was done. 1 life falls so that countless others may thrive. That is the law of this land. As dusk settled in and we headed back, we stumbled upon a brazen hog hiding in a patch of dry grass. Did it really think no one saw it? We crept closer, rifles steady in our grip. The instant it realized its mistake was also the moment the curtain dropped with a single sharp crack. Its foolishness became our hearty feast for the night. Nightfall closed another tense day. We carried back not only our spoils, but also a deep conviction that comrades will always stand shoulder to shoulder, that the farmers are always behind us, and that local authorities walk beside us in this mission. To all of them, we owe our heartfelt thanks. It is this unity that allows us to protect this land. Unusual tracks have appeared around the farm in recent days. Crops destroyed, livestock terrified, locals on edge. All signs point to one thing: the wild boars are back. And when the safety of the land is threatened, there's only one answer: it's time to move. With full gear in tow, our hunting team assembled under cover of darkness. But this time, will we make it in time to stop the destruction before it spreads again? Join us in this hunt and see who comes out on top. At first light, we pushed deep into the tangled underbrush behind the farm, a dense, wild zone of thorns and shadows. Weapons checked, ammo loaded, hunting dogs at our side, alert to every movement. We moved quietly along a narrow trail, weaving through thick bushes. Then, suddenly, a target emerged from the distance, unaware it was walking straight into an ambush. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle, steadied my breath, and pulled the trigger. A clean shot. The boar collapsed into the soft earth as leaves and dust flew up around it. A perfect start. Moments later, loud barking echoed from deep inside the bush. Our dogs had found something. I sprinted toward the sound, rifle in hand, heart pounding. Then a massive black shadow exploded out of the shrubs like a freight train. In a split second, I aimed and fired. The blast tore through the morning air. The beast let out a furious roar, then dropped like a falling tree. Its sheer weight shook the ground. My shot and the dog's howls had stirred the entire forest. From the thicket across the way, another angry beast charged, head-on, like a living missile. I dove to the side, reflexively raised my gun, and squeezed off a shot. A sharp report. The creature collapsed mid-charge, twitching once before lying completely still. Another one down. Leaving the bush behind, we climbed toward the mountain slopes, rugged, steep, and unforgiving terrain, but a favorite path for wild boar herds. Dogs led the way, cameras rolled, weapons double-checked. From the heights, the valley stretched wide below us. Then it happened. A herd of wild boars broke cover, charging across the slope. No time to think. I locked onto the lead boar and fired. Boom! The shot echoed across the cliffs. One went down hard, then the rest scattered. I locked on a second target. One more shot. It toppled, tumbling down the cliffside. From the higher ridge across the slope, my teammate opened fire. His bullet struck another boar mid-sprint. It staggered, collapsed, and disappeared into the brush, done for. I kept moving along the ridgeline, following fresh tracks. Then I saw them. An entire group busy rooting for food. I took aim at the biggest one. Crack! The shot landed. The beast thrashed, then dropped in place. As we were heading back down the slope, a stray boar suddenly emerged. I wasted no time, lifted the rifle sighted in, and fired. The shot rang sharp. It staggered a few steps, then collapsed completely. There was no escaping this time. One. After hours of tracking through dense bush and steep mountains, the mission was clear. We won. These feral beasts, threats to crops and livestock, had been neutralized quickly and cleanly. We always follow strict safety protocols, obey all legal regulations, and hunt only in authorized areas. In America, whenever wild boars descend, entire communities erupt into chaos, as if facing a state of emergency. Fields lie in ruins, crops torn apart, and desperate locals turn to expert marksmen as their last line of defense. When nature spirals out of control, who will step up to restore the balance? Join us on this pulse-pounding pursuit, where humans confront colossal devastators in the heart of the wild. Who will claim victory in this fierce battle? The answers will unfold with every step of today's hunt. We set out for the vast prairies of the American Midwest, where wild boars roam in packs. Rifles, thermal binoculars, and camouflage gear are locked and loaded. The hunt across the open grasslands begins. Treading carefully through the lush green prairie, barely 10 minutes passed when a loud rustle erupted behind me. A monstrous beast was charging straight at me with terrifying speed. Instinct kicked in, I backstepped swiftly, raised my rifle, and fired. The first shot grazed past, the prey dodging by a hair's breadth. Not letting the moment slip, I locked onto the target again and pulled the trigger once more. The second bullet struck true, piercing its flank. The beast collapsed, skidding across the ground before lying still. In another direction, a panicked prey bolted across the prairie, fleeing after witnessing its companion's downfall. Seizing the moment, I swiftly shouldered my rifle, fine-tuning the scope's aim. One heartbeat later, I pulled the trigger. The bullet sliced through the air, striking the beast's flank. It skidded across the grassy expanse before collapsing, completely subdued. Leaving behind the sprawling prairies, we press on toward the rugged hills of the American West. The terrain shifts dramatically, jagged rocky slopes, scattered thorny brush, and air growing dry and crisp. We double-check our weapons, stocking up on binoculars, armor-piercing rounds, and water. The battle in this harsh hill country officially begins. The pack of hunting dogs was unleashed to scout the terrain. In less than 10 minutes, their frenzied barking echoed across the hillside. From a distance, I spotted a beast fleeing the relentless pursuit. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle, locked onto the target, and pulled the trigger. The sharp crack of the shot rang out, the bullet tearing through the air and striking a vital point. The prey collapsed down the slope, the chase over in a flash. Continuing the climb toward the hill's crest, a sudden rustle in the nearby brush caught my ear. I knew the prey was lurking there. Moving softly, I closed in, ready to take it down. The moment its dark head poked out from the thicket, I fired in a flash. The bullet struck its skull, sending the beast reeling backward before it tumbled down the hillside. No chance for it to fight back. Five. Just nearby, the frantic barking of the hunting dogs erupted again from a thick cluster of brush ahead. I swiftly closed in, holding my breath, rifle raised, and ready.